Robin Hood, the protagonist, is traditionally depicted as a skilled archer and swordsman who lives as an outlaw in Sherwood Forest with his band of merry men. His main adversary is the Sheriff of Nottingham, who represents the oppressive authorities of the time. Robin Hood's mission is to rob from the rich and give to the poor, redistributing wealth to address the injustices faced by the common people. The character of Robin Hood first appeared in ballads dating back to the 14th century. Over time, these stories were expanded and adapted by various writers, each adding new elements and characters to the lore. Among the notable members of Robin Hood's band are Little John, his loyal and towering second-in-command, Friar Tuck, a jovial yet formidable clergyman, and Maid Marian, Robin Hood's love interest and an important character in her own right. The tales of Robin Hood are set against the backdrop of King Richard the Lionheart's reign. Often Robin Hood is depicted as a nobleman named Robin of Locksley, who becomes an outlaw after being wrongfully dispossessed of his lands by corrupt officials. His transformation into the legendary figure Robin Hood is driven by his commitment to social justice and his opposition to the misrule of Prince John, who is usurping his brother King Richard's throne during the latter's absence on the Crusades. One of the defining features of Robin Hood's legend is its emphasis on cleverness and bravery. Robin and his merry men use their wits to outsmart the sheriff and his men, often using disguises, traps, and surprise attacks. These stories highlight Robin's sense of honor and fairness, portraying him as a hero who respects true authority and seeks to restore rightful order. The character of Maid Marian adds a romantic dimension to the story. She is often portrayed as a strong and resourceful woman who supports Robin Hood's cause. In some versions, Marian is also skilled in combat and joins Robin Hood in his adventures, challenging the traditional gender roles of the time. Robin Hood's tales also reflect the historical context in which they were told. The stories often address issues such as feudalism, social inequality, and the abuse of power. They resonate with audiences because they offer a vision of resistance against oppression and a hope for justice. This makes Robin Hood a timeless symbol of the fight for fairness and human dignity. The legend of Robin Hood has been adapted into numerous forms of media, including literature, theater, film, and television. Each adaptation brings new interpretations and nuances to the character and his adventures. Some of the most famous film adaptations include the 1938 classic The Adventures of Robin Hood, starring Errol Flynn, and the 1991 blockbuster Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, featuring Kevin Costner. More recent adaptations, like the 2010 film Robin Hood, starring Russell Crowe, offer a grittier and more realistic portrayal of the legend. In addition to these adaptations, the stories of Robin Hood continue to be a source of inspiration in popular culture. The themes of social justice, bravery, and cleverness against overwhelming odds are universal, allowing the legend to remain relevant across different eras and cultures. Ultimately, the story of Robin Hood endures because it speaks to fundamental human values and aspirations. It reminds us of the importance of standing up for what is right, helping those in need, and striving for a more just and equitable society. As such, Robin Hood remains one of the most cherished and enduring figures in English folklore, symbolizing the eternal quest for justice and the triumph of good over evil.